Have you heard about Martha's Dolls? Martha's Dolls is a horror game where you are investigating the mysterious death of Martha. Who all you know about her? She was found dead amongst her dolls. But was it worth $7? So when I first went to go look at buying this game, I was looking at things like the description. Martha's Dolls is a first-person horror game where you play as a player who's ventured into an abandoned village. So keep this in mind, abandoned village. Rumored to be cursed by haunted dolls of an old woman named Martha. The village is full of these dolls, and those who enter the village are never able to leave. Oh, sounds like a really good story, something I'm really interested in. Your goal is to investigate the village and uncover the secrets behind Martha's dolls and the curse that plagues the village. Even better, it's an investigative one. I love puzzles, I love investigating. So this game is right up my alley. When you come down to the game details, you talk about things, a variety of dolls, each with its own unique ability, behaviors, challenging and Spencer horror experience. Great, even more up my alley. Maze-like village full of traps and hazards. Okay, I may get a little scared, but that's okay. Maybe I won't stop. Dark and atmospheric world to explore. Gripping story to uncover, realistic horror experiences. All what you need, inventory system, player system, puzzles, etc. If you're a fan of horror games, the Martha's Doll is a must-play. It is truly terrifying and unforgettable experience. As a warning, before we go any further, it does have frequent violence or gore or general mature content. But this is the description that sold me on the game. Plus, I was able to get it for a decent price, what I thought was a decent price, for $7. But was it worth $7? In the horror game Martha's Dolls, you as the player go to the house to investigate the suspicious death of Martha surrounded by her dolls. But as to why we were so lucky to investigate this house, we were never told. Right off the bat, the game lacks the necessary story elements to have a good storyline. You get a middle, an okay end, but no beginning. Are we private investigators, cops, or even paranormal investigators? It was only in the description on Steam we were told we were venturing. But who would choose to just go on an adventure here?
The mysterious death of Martha, a doll maker who was found dead in her home, surrounded by her dolls. Some people believe that Martha's dolls may have been possessed by evil spirits.
Right off the bat, you can see that I struggle with the prompts to pick up the much needed camera. It is possible to play the game without the camera, in which the night vision mode only slightly improves your vision. This only works when it is pitch black. However, even pitch black isn't exactly pitch black in this game. Many video games will add music to help the ambience, whether it's horror or peaceful, or maybe just something in between. However, music is not necessary. But if you listen to this, minus the jump scares, the ambience is more peaceful camping night. However, when you get to the house, there will be a little bit more ambience that sets more of the horror tone. Whether this was intentional or not, I feel like at the beginning, only the visuals provide kind of that creepy or abandonment feel. As for the jump scares, there are quite many in this game. Many can be seen a mile away though, yet the motion of coming towards you can be quite off-putting. There are a few that truly got me, and could make me jump and scream something I was not expecting. The last thing that I kind of want to give the negative review on is the use of AI voices. These become kind of slow, dragged out. They don't feel truly human and sometimes hard to connect with. So the messages may not come across all as well. Now I'd like to focus on some of the things that were described in Steam, such as the village. To me, it felt like you really didn't have a village. You could saw a bus stop, a play set, and then you pretty much went to a shed and then a cellar and then got into the house. To me, that is not a description of a village. So I'm not really exploring the village, I'm just exploring the house. So this description to me kind of put it down a little bit further as the description is misleading to this game.
Elevator here. This is not predictable. Oh my god.
The puzzles put in the game are not bad, but there's quite a few where you just go from this room to that room. Oh, and then you gotta go back to this other room that's behind you. Which is not a bad way to do it. It's just instead of being able to stay in one room and solve a specific puzzle, it's kind of a fetching kind of puzzle solving quest. And that can get a little irritating, but in this case, it wasn't so bad because you didn't have to walk enormous distances to do that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this review, giving you all the points of why I didn't really want to replay this game and why I installed it. Once you solve the puzzles, it's pretty much done. You can speed run at the next one. It's done. And I know many games are like that, but there's not. The only thing that really has variability is the lockpicking thing can change. Things like the safes, you could randomly put in how many knives are in the dolls or the different numbers for other ones. It's so there's not a lot of random change to it, so you could just, if you memorize the numbers, you could play through it, go through it real quick, and you're done.
Finally, I'm inside Martha's house. Let's start the adventure.
So the game does lack that replayability sense because of the lack of randomness. That's not so bad. So I actually then played the game a second time, and that's the video that's playing with this is the second time, and this is more of a tutorial video, which, shameless plug real quick, you can see this version with no commentary over on WildWanderWolf. Shh. I also feel a little misled by the Steam description. Not by saying that it's a short horror game, because it definitely is a short horror game, but by some of the other stuff described, such as you gotta uncover the secrets of a village. Not really there. It's more I just wander a house. Then this might be a little bit of a spoiler, so I suggest tuning out for the next 30 seconds. But the dolls, they are described to do a certain thing in the house, and they're supposed to be various and wandering. I feel like the dolls didn't really live up to either description. They were easily avoided, and you can move around them. So if you were listening, you're safe now without the spoiler. Like I said, it may have been a spoiler, it may not have been, depending on if you do it. I try to give as little description as possible, but you may take away some of it that may not in that description. But the art is good, the graphics are good. The plot has some lack, but it had the potential to go there.
Cecilia, Frankie, Siahiko, Arthur, how much dolls she made? Sayachiko, Japanese name, I think. Frankie, can you tell me what is going on here? Please.
I just want to play with you.
I feel like overall this game is fairly polished and it was great to release, but I feel like this is more of a demo for the game, and the game had so much more potential than what was here. And if it had maybe that little bit of horror music in the background in the beginning and make it more sense, maybe a little bit more background on your character as to why he would be venturing out to this village in the middle of the night to go explore these dolls. Maybe he was just curious. I mean, that would be a better story than, oh, we're listening to the radio and we're appearing here. Why? Using voice actors instead of AI voice would have been better. There's just some improvements there that could make it a lot better. The first playthrough was fun for me and a little challenging because I did skip a few things and I had to go back to do it. And if you watch the two-part series, you would have seen that I made some boo-boos and errors and ended up dying.
Go out. You are not welcome.
So it's
here.
possible to die. But if you skip the errors that I did and follow along this video more, there's not a chance, really.
Another underfloor. This house is huge.
So while Steam only gives you the thumbs up or thumbs down, I feel like this is a meh game. It had a lot of potential, but it just didn't deliver. It's like I never played the demo, so I don't know. But that's what it feels like to me more as a demo showcasing what they can do and what's possible. As far as I know, this is only a single ending game. I would have loved it to see if you could have added in a couple different endings. The inventory system is too big for the few items that you pick up, and also I didn't die in this replay. This replay was after the first update, and I'm not even entirely certain, but before this update, if you died, you got to keep your entire inventory, which meant I ended up with a stack of stuff, and you logged out. If you went partway through, you got to keep it at the checkpoint back. So I ended up with a lot more camera batteries than I needed. So just some things. So I'd probably give this like 2.5 paws out of 5, just because it lacks the replayability. It feels more like a demo. It feels like it didn't live up to the Steam description, but I still had fun playing it the first time through and trying to solve some of the things. So now the question becomes, is this game worth the $7 I paid for it? I'm going to say you can listen to all my negativity on the game. There's not a lot of positive. There's graphics. They're not bad. The story is okay. The puzzles were fine as long as you didn't have to walk back and forth, back and forth. I wish there was a little less walking back and forth for some of the puzzles. I got an hour the first time around in the game, and this one took me about 20 minutes. So you're looking between all the loading menus about an hour and a half. And so I got an hour and a half out of a $7 game. One that I found meh. So I'd say personally for me it was, but I know not everyone may feel the same. And on that note, I'm going to leave you with Martha's Dolls for your entertainment. And good luck.
Arthur, Can you tell me why you killed Martha?
Martha was a great woman. She was our mother, but she did a mistake. A big mistake.
What is the mistake she did?
She wanted to kill us. Hey you, look behind you.
Shit! That was hurtful. But how the fuck I'm not dead? Frankie, why you attacked me? I thought we are friends. Can you tell me where the hell I'm? Frankie? Frankie? Frankie, I feel like I will die if I stay here.
Fortunately, yes. But this is the truth. I told you to go out, but you don't listen to me.
Hey you, listen to me. Go out from here before you will die.
Why they all crying?
She wanted to kill us. She made us and then she regretted that. I really love Martha. She was my mother.
I think I escaped.
You think you escaped? You died like the others before you.